Welcome to another segment of Marilla Therapeutic News. As always, I wish you peace. I hope that our Lord finds you in the best of health and spirit. And to the victims of the massacre in Buffalo, New York, I send my deepest prayers and condolences to the victims, the children that were lost in Uvalde, Texas. Send my prayers and deepest condolences. I am so sorry that you all had to experience this. I don't have the words to, I don't know what to say to you, because nothing can make this better. Nothing that I say will make you feel better. And nothing will bring your family or your relatives back. You know, I've been listening to news on mental health and a variety of other things. And I think as a people, we don't understand the difference between mental illness and pure evil. And I think that's why these mass shootings keep occurring, because we don't understand the difference between the two. Somehow we take pure evil and relate it to mental illness. I'm not sure how we do that, but we tend to do that often with all of these mass shootings. These are premeditated, calculated mass shootings. But we misinterpret that or misunderstand that to be of mental illness. These are premeditated, cold, calculated, well thought out, planned out mass shootings, driven by hate and racism. Never going to get this under control until you understand that there is a difference between the two. Our children are going to die. Our elders are going to continue dying. Black and brown people are going to continue to die until you understand there is a difference between mental illness and pure hate, racism. continue to happen. As long as we keep deceiving ourselves by believing that our Second Amendment rights are being violated because we cannot obtain weaponry of war, weaponry of mass destruction, weaponry that's manufactured to kill 100 people in 30 seconds. Until we remove that. We have to remove that type of weaponry first. No one, except for the military, should have access to that type of weaponry. You go hunting, you get your Remington hunting gun. You protect your domain, it's your pistol. Why do you have to have a weapon of mass destruction in order for you to feel like your Second Amendment rights are being violated, or not being violated? No one in the world should have direct access to anything like this. This is a common sense approach to this type of thing. We keep speaking about listening to the politicians tell us that our Second Amendment rights are being violated because we are not able to obtain a machine gun. A gun that's manufactured for military purposes. This is weaponry of war. We keep listening to the politicians tell us that our rights are being infringed upon because we cannot obtain a weapon of this magnitude. No one said that you don't have the right to bear arms. But there should be a sensible bearing of arms. Meaning if you hunt, you only need one rifle. You protect your domain, you need get you a pistol. No citizen in America should have access to more than 2 guns. One to protect your domain and one to use for hunting. When you want to change up the style of it, or you want to change up a different kind of gun that you use for hunting, then you take that one in. You swap it out. Pay the difference. Want to change up guns to protect your domain, you take your pistol in, swap it out for a different pistol. But why do you need guns and weaponry of mass destruction? There's only one reason why you would need something like that. And there's only one reason that a politician would be accepting or allowing or for you to have anything, any weaponry of that magnitude. And that one reason is to exercise what you think your right is to hate. When a person walks into any place, with this type of weaponry, it's one thing I can guarantee you. The destruction is going to be swift, severe, and certain. That's one thing I can guarantee you about this type of weaponry of mass destruction. If anyone is able to obtain this, and they have purity, evil, hatred, racism in their heart, and they walk in with the intent to kill, you can assure that it's going to be swift, severe, and certain. That's exactly the reason why we haven't come up with a law to combat this issue. Because to those politicians that you vote, that you elect, they support this type of activity. You make no mistake about it. They support this type of activity. Every time I speak to a Republican, you know the first thing he says to me? Me particular, I despise all politicians, but I'm going to tell you something. The one that's very destructive in this day and age is the Republican Party. And every time I speak to one, well, I support Donald Trump because his policy, fuck your morals, fuck your values, fuck the fact that he's racist in a motherfucker, you like his policy. That's not why you vote him in. You vote him in because of who he is. You vote him in because of who he is. Those politicians that you have in office and you keep electing, those are the same people that are allowing for black and brown people to continue to be slaughtered. Elderly, the babies. Look at all of these mass shootings that has happened over the last 10 years. They have been cold, calculated, well thought out, well planned, well structured. No politician that you have elected is on the Republican side is motivated to do anything about this issue. They haven't come up with one policy. They keep blocking policy that will stop this. But these are the people you keep electing in because you say that you love their policy. These cowards don't even have to be morally correct. I don't care what politician you vote for. If this politician is not morally correct or morally right, there's no reason why we should be voting for a politician like that. Which brings me to my second point. My second point is you keep electing these officials, these politicians, because you actually love what they spew. The rhetoric surrounding hate and evilness you love about those individuals. So you put those people in position of power to do your dirty work because you too feel like they do. I'm angry today. I'm really angry today. You know, anytime you talk in terms of hate, racism, you can kill that noise. If you're a real politician, you can kill that noise. Every time you get on one of these social media sites and spew hatred, and racism, replacement theories, if the federal government mandate a law that you serve no less than a life sentence for spewing that hate shit out of your mouth, you will stop this bullshit right away. But see, that doesn't happen. You know why that doesn't happen? Because you don't want to stop. You do not want to stop this hate and this racism from existing. It's not your desire. That's why you vote these people in. Because you know they have the power to do what you don't have the power to do. But they have the power to enable you and your children to go out here and slaughter innocent black people and slaughter innocent children. Go in these schools and churches and slaughter them. You vote those people in because you want them to keep allowing this. You don't want it to stop. Fuck your policy. When are you going to look to an individual to be morally intact? You look more to the policy, you say. You look more to the policy. But this politician's morals and values are disrupted, are tainted. But you keep voting these people in. This woman came up and said Trump raped her. Said Kavanaugh sexually assaulted. You elected these two officials to office. You overlooked all of that. But you sent Bill Cosby to prison. need to wake up. And we need to take a more common sense approach to gun laws, gun safety, our safety. We got to stop with this racism. We got to stop with this hate, this evilness. You got all of these children, all of these grieving parents, mothers and fathers, that's dead. They're gone. They're never coming back. They were slaughtered by weapons of mass destruction. And there's nothing we can do. Those officials went in that school and they sat outside of that school in that hallway for over an hour. You cannot tell me that these are not individuals that don't want this slaughtering to take place. Because why didn't you get in that door and go in that school and save those children's life? You know why? Because you wanted this to happen. You're quick to kill an unarmed black man or a brown man. But this guy is in this classroom with these babies. With these babies, with weapons of mass destruction. You're listening and hearing them slaughter these children. You sit outside of that classroom for an hour. You cannot tell me that this was not your intention. I'm sick and tired of hearing about background checks. You run a background check on an 18-year-old kid that has no fucking record. You tell him he's entitled to that type of weaponry. He can purchase it. There's no signs of mental health, and that's where we keep deceiving the public. You keep telling the public that these people are mentally ill. These people are not mentally ill. These people ain't even had one criminal incident. These people have not even been given a pill. No kind of pill. Ain't seen a doctor. Ain't seen nothing. These backgrounds are squeaky clean to these guys. These people that's committing these mass destructions. So background checks don't apply. It doesn't help. How does it help when this motherfucker ain't never had a case, a crime, how does it help? This motherfucker ain't never had a charge. So how does background check work in this particular case of mass shootings? It doesn't. It defeats the purpose. No one in the United States should have access to that type of weaponry. You should have one shotgun to go hunting and one pistol to protect your domain. All of that military style weaponry, no one in the United States should have access. This type of shit don't happen in any other country, and every other country suffers from mental illness. We need to start convicting these people that get on these social media sites and spew this hate and all of this racism. We need to start convicting them, and they shouldn't receive no less than a mandatory life sentence. You'll kill this fucking noise. If you want to get rid of this hate, that's all the fuck you got to do is implement a federal mandated law that you serve no less than life sentence when you get on this social media site and you spew that bullshit. You got politicians in office that spew hate every day, and you got them still in office. better wake up, because it's going to get worse if we don't do something about this fast. We don't do anything about this quickly. Your kids are going to continue to get killed. Black and brown people are going to continue. Asian folk are going to continue to get killed. And that's the truth. If you do not listen to this message, you better watch these elected officials. Vote these people out. Get people in there that cares about all people. Stop playing like you're stupid. You don't understand what the fuck is going on. You wonder why. You tell me. You wouldn't even run up on. You wouldn't run up on a motherfucker with an AR-15. Shoots too fast. Kill too many people. In seconds. All of this grieving. But we keep electing these same people that's directly responsible for this grieving. And we're not doing anything about it. In the next couple months, next month, next week, we'll be doing the same thing, just grieving. But we keep those same people that can stop this. Simply stop it. There's no serious reason. There's no reason at all that we cannot stop this. There's nothing complex about it. Listen to what I'm saying. This is going to continue to keep happening as long as you keep voting those type of people in. If we don't get rid of this racism, this hate, and these guns of mass destruction out of here, we're going to continue to experience this. My condolences goes out to the families. Sandy Hook, Columbine, Florida shooting. The families of the church killings. To the elders that died in New York. And last but not least, these children that just lost their life. People that lost their life in El Paso, in the Walmart. My condolences go out to you and your family. I am so sorry this has to happen, but we have to wake up. This can stop. If you don't take the time to choose principle over policy, you're going to experience this again because you will vote wrong. If we don't choose morality over evilness, this is going to continue to happen because you're going to vote wrong. If we don't choose good over evil, this is going to continue to happen because you're going to make the selection of the wrong vote. I hope that you understand where I've come from. I hope you understand my plea. I am angry, I'm bitter, I'm frustrated because this can stop. We have to stop being stupid though. So we're almost equally responsible for all of these mass shootings because we elect not to do anything about it. Now is the time for us to act. We shouldn't have not another one of these that ever happens again. Not on this level, not on this degree. Stop being stupid and start to care more about the people that you love, the people that surround you. bless you all.